Welcome back to Superman Comic a Day as we are continuing this week with Superman number 4, the second story, Luthor's Undersea City. So this comic is actually half Luthor, which is great, so it's half interesting. And after our last Luthor story, which was big and fantastical, we get an even bigger in the way of fantastical elements in this story. It's basically, if you've ever wondered the question, how would Superman react to Jurassic Park? Well, you get it here. So Superman is just kind of out jogging. He's in the middle of a field when a yellow rocket just zooms past him. Superman goes flying after it, and on the rocket, Luthor's face appears because this is the thing Luthor does until this issue. He's done it 3 stories in a row. I do not think he does it anymore after this, but this was kind of his thing. He warns Superman that he's up to something and that massive cataclysmic events are happening across the continent. In Oklahoma, oil fields are erupting and being destroyed, so Superman has to rush and do that. On the East Coast, waters are rising, so he has to fix that and save people. That is wonderful. It's just opening with him having to save people from impossible situations that you don't think he would be able to handle, but he can because he's Superman. It's about saving people. Eventually, as Clark is going to report and look into this, Lois joins him. Once they get towards the East Coast, they get kidnapped by 2 guys. Clark uses his weird Vulcan Nick Pinch ability to knock Lois out, which is now what this ability is. It's just an excuse for him to easily knock out Lois so he can do Superman things. Which is awful, but oddly convenient. Why is even Lois here if she's going to be a problem with him becoming Superman? Well, she has to be in danger later, but I feel like we could have just figured out a way to get her in the damsel in distress storyline without having to have her be in a nuisance to Superman in this part. Anyway, they're brought to an island that has appeared on the coast. It is covered in glass, like a glass bubble, but not really a bubble. It's more of an outline of the entire city. Luthor found this ancient city and managed to rise it up, and it's the rising that caused the cataclysmic events across the United States. This ancient city, we don't really know who ran it, or why, or anything about it other than there are prehistoric dinosaurs on it. At one point, Superman gets attacked by a pterodactyl. It's never actually named a pterodactyl, and it doesn't 100% look like a pterodactyl, but it does look kind of birdish. So, applauding there, they got that right. Luthor takes hold of Superman and Lois. He claims Lois is going to be safe and has his men taken away, and he tries to have a conversation with Superman where he's going to essentially try to convince Superman that it would be a moral quandary about letting Luthor keep this city, because he can't just kill all these dinosaurs. Though the conversation is not going well for Luthor because Superman takes it as an act against nature. So he's immediately no, this all has to go. So that is the answer to the question, how Superman would react to Jurassic Park. He would be on Malcolm's side and immediately just start effing that place up. No one would have to die because he's Superman. Those velociraptors aren't getting Muldoon, no matter how clever they are. Any sort of convincing Luthor tries is completely thrown out the window. As soon as his henchmen try to throw Lois into a vat of acid, don't know what his plan was here, he just kind of threw it out the window. Superman saves her and knocks somebody else in a vat of acid, so Superman killed a guy. Here's the weird part. Roughly around this time, Mort Weisinger and several of the executives are going to be kind of involved more in Superman. Because the Executives National had been publishing tawdry detective kind of noir stories that were full of not exactly sex, but sexiness or lewd behavior for the time. They didn't want to get into trouble later on. So to sort of protect Superman, who was becoming a massive hit, they kind of decided that Superman shouldn't kill at all. So they didn't get in trouble later on. I feel like that should be happening by now. But Superman is still inadvertently killing people. Luthor then releases on Superman a 7 to 8 foot tall T-Rex. I don't know what he thought this T-Rex was going to be able to do to Superman. It's not even a full-grown T-Rex. It's barely taller than him. So I can't even say we get the cool moment where Superman fights a T-Rex. This is like a dude in a costume almost. Superman, beats the T-Rex pretty easily. It's very small. I don't know what he thought this challenge would be. And the United States military starts bombing the island because it's yeah, this shouldn't be here, and it caused mass destruction across the United States. So we're just going to bomb the hell out of it. So as that bombing's starting, Superman just grabs Lois and starts taking her back to shore. As he's leaving, Luthor gets surrounded by the dinosaurs and is seemingly viciously mauled to death by them. Though the DC Wikia doesn't say it's an apparent death like it usually does, but this seems like an apparent death. He's being mauled to death on an island that's exploding. This is oddly similar to what happens to John Hammond in the book Jurassic Park. Very specific type of dinosaur, not like a variety of dinosaurs like Luthor. But Luthor will survive and be back. I mean, you know this from the, 80 years of Superman at this point. And they return back to the coast and everything's fine. All good. As I've said, I enjoy Superman stories that are, about him saving people, which the first, third of the story was. And I love, the fantastical challenges which we got here, but a lot of it seemed rushed. We only get, 3 or 4 dinosaurs throughout. Superman is just knocking out Lois so he can do things. So, also not great. But it still kind of leaps and bounds above most of the other Superman stories at the time. So I'm going to call this a win, maybe? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, and Fridays is now Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman or Detective Comics issue like this. And until next time, let us ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? Bye!